Well, hello there. It's been a long time. It's been a long time since I've filmed one of these. Uh, I think we're just gonna ignore all of the backstory stuff and kind of just move on to the point here. And also, do you like my microphone stand? It's a monopod with the microphone screwed into the stand holder on the microphone. It works. I don't know. I mean, I've had a hankering to film one of these for a long time now, and I mean, I haven't filmed much at all since I don't know, a long time. So today I wanted to talk about what even was it that I wanted to talk about today? There's like a word that I wanted to use and am not using. Today I wanted to talk about productivity, or rather taking on more responsibility. And the reason I want to talk about this is because I am at the precipice of starting a small facet of some larger goals, and I am struggling with the commitment of it because of the fact that I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep up with it to the capacity that I need to. And wondering if I can indeed add more onto my plate sustainably. You know what I mean? Like, I gotta make sure that I can take it on before I take it on because, as you know, if you've been a follower of my YouTube content, I don't really do very well with committing to things that I set myself up for. It's a trend that is improving as I get older, but most of my life has been spent starting projects that I don't finish. So I suppose the goal here is to not start it if I don't think I can follow through with it. And so then, this sort of leads me down a pretty windy path of, what am I doing? What are my priorities? Like, how am I prioritizing? And what can I do to improve that? Because I need to improve it. I mean, for the past 3 years now, I've been posting generally pretty consistently on Instagram. I've taken somewhat longer breaks here and there, but I would say for the past year and a half or so, I've been posting weekly some form of new art available to view. God, it is weird being in front of a camera again. It's like I have to like re-expose myself to it all over. Even though I've been doing this for years, just not consistently enough to be consistently used to it. As it currently stands, basically my necessities are taking care of my environment, which is my living space, and trying to keep that nice and comfortable and livable because, that can easily devolve into a pretty shitty state. And I mean, if you could see my room right now, you'd probably say that it's kind of a shitty state. And it kind of is. There's kind of stuff everywhere at the moment. But that was mostly just to get to this filming of the video. So that's number one for sure. Number two is taking care of my basic needs, such as like eating and sleeping and maintaining some level of sanity through each day. And then third and foremost is, productivity towards my passions and my goals and my future. Definitely been spending more and more time on that as time has gone by. So currently, I work at a print shop as a graphic artist for a printing and promotional company based locally here in Tempe, Arizona. And yeah, so I utilized that benefit to start selling prints recently to raise money for local charities and local causes that are worthwhile. Now, this is my first time selling prints on my own. Like, I have a big cartel website, and I have the prints in my room sitting there with all my shipping materials, and that is a first for me in my life, being able to ship it myself, because there really wasn't much upfront cost to me. I basically got them for free through work, and then I just had to pay for the shipping materials, and then like it's $10 a month for big cartels. So really, the operating costs of doing something like that is not too bad. But it's a fantastic thing. I mean, it's something I've always dreamed of. But that is a monthly reoccurring event in which I am trying to raise money for different local things. I'm selling them for $10 each. $5 of that goes to the charity for that month. And yeah, so that's a new responsibility that I sort of took on. I started last month, so this is month 2 of that. And I mean, I don't know, I never really thought that I would make much money off prints. I mean, especially at the size that I am, like I don't, you know. So it's really more so about just trying to raise money and do something good with it, you know, have art for good things. And yeah, so I mean that isn't that big of a responsibility, but also it is a certain level of commitment, being able to, you know, continually produce new art and produce those prints at work, and then bring them home, and then list them on the website, and you know, monthly make those ads saying that I'm doing this and this is this month's cause, and then also doing sales to generate more if possible. Like today I did a sale, or started a discount sale on those prints, and yeah, so it's not a ton, but it definitely does add to the already going list of things that I kind of try to keep up with on a week-to-week basis, month-to-month basis. Because ideally, I'm posting one new art piece on Instagram a week. It's been here and there, but most of the time it's not more than 2 weeks. So it's fun. But then on top of that, you know, it's like, do I want to add more? Like, have I sort of weathered this enough to say that I can take on more? Because I'd very much like to start the first step of the grander goals of what I want to do, like how I want to help the world, you know. Like, I don't know, I know that sounds really pretentious and wishy-washy kind of, but you know, I mean, it's a question that I ask myself a lot. Like, is my only goal in life necessarily to just make art and live off of it? Yes, that is very true. That is what I would love to do. But I would definitely love to be able to utilize that to help others as well in some degree. And yeah. So essentially, I need to decide whether or not I want to take on a community art project. It's going to start off pretty basic. I mean, I'd like to start off pretty basic and grow it from there, just because I need to be able to know that I can keep up with it. And it seems the only way that I'll be able to keep up with it is through like a minimal-ish amount. And so the idea is everyone is an artist, and everyone can be an artist, and everyone can be more creative. And so the goal is to get people thinking in more creative ways and trying to problem solve in their life in creative ways, and figuring out what, you know, how they can apply these creativities and artistic ways into their daily life. So I'm sweating so much. Okay. So basically, I think it's going to start out with just weekly prompts, sort of ambiguous prompts that you can answer in kind of any fashion, whether that be like blogging or drawing something, or, you know, a creative solution that you used in your daily life to promote more creative thinking and more artistic ways about your day-to-day life. So weekly prompts, and then people can interact with that by taking part in the prompt per week or not. You know, I mean, you can skip weeks, of course. It's not like a requirement to do every week. But yeah, and then the platform is used to share and uplift those ideas and different thoughts for everyone to see. And yeah, so that's basically the phase one of it. But again, that kind of undertaking adds a week. That kind of undertaking adds once a week creating a prompt, and then on top of that, the sort of social media management of, you know, acknowledging people sharing their art and then posting their art, and sharing that art onto the page so that everyone else can see it, and creating some level of a community within that through, like, I don't know, a group chat or something simple to start, but still being able to give enough of my time to be a part of that while also still doing everything else. Because I mean, I've got a desk job that I work 40 hours a week at that I don't want to necessarily, but it pays my bills and it allows me to do creative things sometimes on a daily basis. So yeah, I don't know. I guess the point of this video is, yes, challenge yourself. Definitely take on more if you can, but also be wary of the commitments that you set yourself to, and the kind of commitments you set yourself in your personal life and your professional life, so that you make sure that you can get everything on your list done. And practicing that, I don't know. I really don't. I'll tell you right now, this concept of trying to remain productive on a sort of constant basis is generally new for me, and I'm still definitely going through some somewhat hefty growing pains. It's been hard to not feel like I'm not neglecting. It's been hard feeling like I'm not neglecting other things in sacrifice. But that is also sort of the law of prioritization, is prioritizing your priorities. And figuring out what is best for you, what will help you feel fulfilled in your day-to-day life, which is, I mean, basically a non-existent concept most of the time. I would say I don't feel fulfilled, like, most days, and I think that's partially why I want to do something like this community art thing more and more full-fledged over time, is because I feel like that will allow me to feel more fulfilled throughout my day-to-day life, because I will be contributing to something larger than just me. But at the same time, I have to consider what I'm going to have to sacrifice to perhaps achieve that fulfillment. It's not even a guarantee that I will feel fulfilled in that, but it's possible I would, and it's worth a shot. And ideally, I think later down the line, it would be nice for it to be a collaborative effort of curation, really, because really all it is just coming up with prompt ideas, creating the graphic assets for those things, sharing them, and then maintaining the social and networking aspects of it. Maintaining the connections, creating new connections, and making sure everyone feels welcome and involved and all that. So ideally, it'd be nice to share that responsibility with other people as time grows, but I gotta start somewhere, right? So start small, work your way up step by step. This might be a bit arbitrary of a video for you if you happen to be actually watching this all the way through. But for some reason I just felt like blogging this, because this has been a thing that's been weighing on my mind for a long time now. I mean, I was about to start like a month ago. I was like ready to just put the first prompt out there, but then I realized I'm probably not prepared enough. So I was trying to make sure I kind of had a good footing in this like level of productivity that I was trying to attain before I added more onto it. But perhaps adding more would be helpful. It'll allow me to remain a bit more focused, kind of allow me to remind myself of what's important to me, what I want to put my time towards. I don't know. It's just so much stuff. There's just so much to give your time towards in this modern day society that it's very overwhelming. But what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Ride the waves, I guess, will be the idea. So anyway, that's about all I have for you today. I would like to start doing this more. Again, I'm probably not going to make any promises because you know me. But there is a handful of things that I would love to video blog more about and give some philosophical thought behind. Perhaps the next one will be a bit more planned because I kind of rushed into this one and didn't really have like a outline or anything. So yeah. I hope you guys are doing okay. I hope you are surviving all of this all right. I'm doing okay. Just trying to work towards a better, happier future for myself. And even if that means I have to work harder right now as opposed to smaller amounts for a longer period of time, I think I'd probably still prefer to do more now. I hope you have a fantastic Sunday, or whenever you're watching this. Follow me on Instagram. Instagram is where I'm most active at, which will be below. And Twitter. Hopefully I'll be a little bit more active here on YouTube. Maybe. And yeah, that sale for art prints, in case you need some art prints in your life, those are on sale until Tuesday evening. So, $8.50 for an art print. And $5 of that goes to a local Phoenix cause. So, oh god, I feel like fundraising and like the mental head fuck that is like a whole separate video in itself. But that's been fun. Alright, I'll let you go. I love you. I'll talk to you soon. Goodbye.